Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Realness with three S's. I'm your host here, Francis. We're also streaming this on Entertainment in Color tonight. And Tamika, my co-host, is here tonight. How are you this evening?
Very good. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday, everybody. Yesterday we were wanting to go live, but I was having a bit of a day. The bit of a day kind of just ended like an hour ago. So I'm back on track. I'm excited to get back into this rhythm of talking about the show. We're doing 2 episodes tonight. So episode 4 and episode 5 of Love Island UK.
Yeah.
So what did you think of these last 2 episodes just on a whole?
Is this a Gemma Island? Like,
I wrote down the exact same thing. Everybody is her supporting players.
and and she's not that good of a lead.
She's the bad lead. Boring.
So
Like it
no.
actually is. I totally thought the same thing because for a lot of it, whenever I saw either Amber or India or both of them together, they're always talking to Gemma about like what's going on in her, like with her and Davide, with her and Luca, la 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 la, her and Liam, and I'm just like, why is it all about her storyline and like what's going on with her love relationships? Like,
It,
yeah.
I'm so annoyed. And then it's like, you know what pissed me off? Ekin-Su walked in and she made me feel like slightly bad for Gemma. And I was mad at her. I'm like, why are you making me feel bad for her? I can't stand her. And then Gemma quickly turned that back around to like, I can't stand her again, and I don't care about Ekin-Su either way. But it needs to stop. Like, this is not kosher.
Well, we're going to talk about it quite a bit, probably. Jessica has the same sentiments as we do. Hey, ladies, I don't want to watch Gemma Island. I need it to stop soon. I don't know if it's going to stop. I feel like she is a type of person that they want there till the end of the season. So I think that she's, regardless of who she's with, I
Right.
think she's going to make it to the end. I don't think that they'll ever let her go.
I'm starting to feel that way, and it's pissing me off because there's no reason for it.
None. Yes, songs, because that's what the producers want. Eye roll, annoying. Yes, it is eye roll, annoying. It would be fine if she was very, very interesting, but I think it's because she's famous or has a famous father that they want to keep her on the show as long as possible. And I looked up her father, and he's handsome. He's probably like my age.
Oh, you gotta send me his information.
Let me find it. Where's my phone?
Because I'm like, at this point, I'm starting to feel like she's paying the producers to be on the show because they're like revolving it around her, and there's no reason. I would rather it be a if they're gonna pick a white woman for it to be revolved around. I would have rather it be Paige. I loved her personality.
Yes, Paige's personality is way better. Even Tasha's personality,
Even Tasha, yeah.
is way better. Absolutely. Sans agrees with us here. Let's see if I can find what's her dad's name again. Okay, so Gemma Love Owen, I guess. Hold on, that's what popped up. So let's see what her dad is. Parents: Michael Owen. Michael Owen. Oh my God. He is born December 14th, 1979. I'm born in January 1979. I'm older than him. And he looks way older than me, I think.
Yeah.
Like he's a coach now. Let me show you. Oh wait, here's a better picture of him. This is better.
Oh yeah, that is better. Okay, I get it.
Like he's a handsome man, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like in his footy days, here, let's take a look.
Oh.
It's cute. He's kind of like, was this the person that no, not Greg. Somebody else was like Greg. Yeah, he's a cute guy, and like I probably would like have a little bit of a crush on him if I liked Careford football. But and she looks a lot like her dad. But I really think that she's on the show because she's famous.
Yeah. I don't even know. Does she have a lot of followers? Like, do they feel like keeping her on the show like is in any way bringing them viewers? Because I'm not finding that.
Well, maybe they'll bring in viewers the first time, but I don't know if they're going to stay with her because she's boring.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up her Instagram. I have to do an update.
Mhm.
Michael Owen, her dad, a famous footballer. Yes. Well liked even by me. Just a nice guy. Yes, he seems like a nice guy. He's a good-looking guy. If he's a great footballer, awesome. He looks like he's a coach now. Ooh, and yes, his younger days, he is handsome. I definitely agree. She's on the show because her dad is famous. Exactly. Hi, Luna. So Luna says, I remember him as a fresh 18-year-old. I still cannot picture him as a father. I know. Well, I'm like I know that people my age can have children, but like I haven't had any, so like I still think of myself as a child. So the fact that like literally Gemma could be my child is wild.
Well, funny enough, like I told you, my oldest is basically the same age as Gemma. So
Older.
like, she's older by I don't know if it's a few months or a year, but yeah.
Let's see, Gemma Owen. Let's see Gemma's Insta. Okay, let's guess. How many followers do you think that Gemma is going to have?
If she doesn't have at least 300, they're screwing us
Okay,
around.
so you think 300,000?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go higher than 300,000. I think that she probably has clout. What's her name again? Gemma Owen. Oh, I'm wrong, but you're close. 250K already.
So Ekansu has more than her.
Ooh.
Because I was listening to one of the Love Island podcasts, and they were going through the followers, like how much they had, how much they grown, and Ekansu I think came in with three something.
Let's see her right now. Akinsu. So let's just talk a little bit about the beginning of this episode. So the boys
Hmm.
are so excited for Liam because he's going to be going on a double date. And I have to say, when I saw these two women and the conversations, even with Liam, who is quite young and acts that way, they have way more of a personality and
Right.
like they're engaging. They can have a conversation. I wasn't bored by them talking, and it seemed like both of them pulled out conversation out of Liam. Like they both got him talking,
Yeah.
and I didn't see a spark or anything like that, but he at least had a personality, right? Like
Right.
everybody else
I
is just
agree.
like,
I feel like, oh wow, that's Liam's kind of personality. He was a little flirty. I just didn't see any spark between him and you. I mean, I guess the closest was Ekansu, definitely not Afia.
no,
Um,
not at all.
yeah, and I mean, it was two solid dates, but I was kind of like after they left, I was like, yeah, Liam, I'm so sorry.
Well, he needs somebody, I think, that is cute and a
Right.
little bit juvenile and just like a little bit young. So like the
Yeah.
age of Gemma is okay, maybe a
Right.
year older or whatever, but not the attitude. Gemma
Yeah.
acts as though she's like 30, but like she's has like the mindset of an 18-year
Yep.
old. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's a little bit conflicted, and I think
Yeah.
you're right, like nail on the head when you say that she doesn't understand how to interact with people because she spent her high school years in lockdown. So I think that that might have to do with Liam as well. Like if he was in uni, like he was in lockdown for a lot of it. So like he didn't even get some of those university experiences that he might have had if there was no lockdown. So I think that he needs somebody kind of juvenile, kind of youngish,
Hmm.
like cute,
Hmm. I mean,
flirty.
I think the maybe the personality of closer to Tasha, but someone closer to his age would have been good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
fun and flirty, not taking things too seriously, like you know what I mean, but kind of keep him on his
Yeah,
toes.
exactly. I
Yeah,
said Liberty
yeah,
yesterday or the day before. Like
yeah. Yes,
Liberty
you did
would
say
be the
that.
type of
Liberty.
person that
Yeah,
would be a good fit for him because it's just like nice, pretty, young, flirty, kind. Like he just needs a nice young girl. not like a sophisticated woman. Like
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
not
yeah,
him
yeah,
for me.
yeah.
Hi, Natalie. Natalie says Love Island is fixed. They want us to cringe. Yeah,
It's not
maybe.
working. It's not
I
working.
mean, I just have to say though, this season I feel is better than last season. How it's starting. I know it's still a
yeah,
little bit dry, but I think it's
yeah.
better.
I'm getting like I'm kind of on the this is terrible, but then Ekansu walked in and I was like, okay, this is better. So I really do find the first week in totality, I think the first episode was terrible. I'm sorry, first two episodes was terrible, but since
Terrible. I mean,
Yeah,
they
no,
were
no, but since
good.
Ekansu walked in, I do feel like it did give us that because we didn't get that I think until Chloe walked in 2 weeks in 2 weeks
Hmm.
in, and that even though she she went after my girl Kaz's man, but I just feel like that that turnover that we needed like of energy, she did bring that. Um, Not to say that I care for her, but I do think we needed that villainess, not in the way of Gemma, but more in her way.
Wow, Tasha already has 110,000.
Hmm.
Let's see, Davide only has 67,000.
Not shocked.
India, let's see. Let's see how many India has. Hold on.
I think it was 160 something or something like that.
Oh, it's an India supporter. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. It was only like at 1,200. I was like, that's terrible. Where's India? Okay,
Oh, I
it's gone.
follow her. I should probably could look.
Tell me, tell me, tell me. Hi, Miss Crail. So Miss Crail says, my son is the same age as Gemma. I can't get him to clean up his room or pick up his college choices without help. Gemma isn't ready for a serious relationship.
India's
Absolutely.
95.
Okay, good though. I mean, I know that usually the black women don't have as many followers as white women, so it's nice to know that she's almost getting up to 100,000.
Yeah.
Hopefully, she could get to 500,000, so she could do some brand deals and stuff.
Ooh, Amber's only at 36.
Really? So they like India more than Amber. Interesting. What
Yeah.
about Afia? Do you have her?
I did not get to look her up.
Hi, Netha. Yes, finally catching a live. We're gonna probably be going live
Ooh.
Monday to Sunday to Sunday to Friday at 6 p.m. or so Eastern.
Hey,
We're
Nessa.
not we're gonna go dark on Saturdays. We'll watch the what's it called? Not bit on the side. Afterbite? After Sun?
The
What is it?
unseen bits.
Unseen
Oh,
Bits. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Yes, you're right.
yeah.
We'll
I'm not
watch it.
watching After Sun. I can't. I can't
No,
take
no,
away
no. We're not. We're not. We're not. We're not. We're not.
Afia only has 5,773.
Oh, okay. Well, she's only been on for like a day, 2 days. So
Yeah.
hopefully she gets more. Hi, the Hangout Room. Hi, Zoe. Make sure you follow Zoe over at the Hangout Room, everyone. She's going to be doing some content for South Africa's Survivor that's starting up soon if it hasn't already. So make sure you go and watch her and Chris from the Nullified take on their coverage. And I think Richard's also going to be covering it with them as well. So hang out with Zoe or hang out with me and Zoe on Wednesdays when we do our watch party for the challenge. So someone says, I want to know why they continue to do people of color dirty. I'm convinced they don't want us to do well in the show and is quite content for us to only have a supportive narrative and not a main character.
I feel that way because I'm like, is it that they do this to ensure that that couple does not win the show?
Yeah. They don't. They definitely don't want a black person, a black couple.
Right?
Maybe one black person or a mixed race black person and a
Right.
white person would win,
Yeah.
but
Right.
two black people,
No.
not at all.
No.
I think that that's the last time will be Justine and Caleb. That'll be it.
Well, I mean, I think USA does. If there's, I don't know if we'll ever get another couple with the chemistry of Justine and Caleb, even though how it played out after the show, or Cash and Cinco, in my opinion, even though how it played out after the show and on the show. But I can hope. I'm again on my I will not fall in love with another couple.
No, you're done.
I'm not doing it again, guys.
I hopefully you can, but I don't think it's going to be this season.
Right.
Maybe on. Do you know when they're dropping the cast? I did hear that it's going to be starting July 19th.
19th, yep, like I speculated. And I don't know when they're dropping the cast. I know it's been casting because the casting person that was casting it had said that it would, he had
Is
put in
done.
all his stuff. But then it switched hands from CBS to Peacock.
Paramount. Oh,
So
Peacock.
yeah, so he was kind of out of it, but I do hope that because when I spoke to him, he was casting some good people. So he didn't tell me exactly who, but he was asking me to kind of assist him in getting more people of color. And he was telling me who he was reaching out to. I was very excited, so hopefully that's the path they continued on.
Ooh.
But yeah.
You're right, Luna. They did not give Mike and Priscilla a chance.
Oh,
Not at
hell no.
all.
And they were like one of the best UK couples. To me, Mike and Priscilla was even better than Cass and Tyler, and only because I just felt like they had like that instant thing that I could see it from jump, whereas Cass and Tyler was like, like, is it just because he's the only black guy? And then there was that interruption, and then you saw it after he came back. It was like, oh, he can't stay away from Cass. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But yes, I loved Mike and Priscilla. I'm still heartbroken that they broke up afterwards, but they did have a good go too.
Definitely. So Son says, Tamika, we say we won't fall in love with a couple every year and we fail.
We fail. We do fail. I mean, to be fair, I never thought there was going to be a person that came into the villa that I would love as much as Justine, and then Cash walked into the villa. And so I know there's those little lightning in the bottle, and the fact that they were able to cast and find a Justine and a Cash, USA is always on the right track. Whether they produce it properly to ensure that it gets done the right way. The only
No, but their
one,
casting's better.
yeah, the only season that I've seen that
Oh,
they did that was season two. Season two, to me, best season so far. How it played out, the couples that came out of it, even though they ultimately did not continue. I just feel like was the absolute best season for me so far. And it's not
agreed.
even because Justine and Caleb were black, because it was because of how they actually produced that season.
I agree. Totally agree with you. Hi, hater. Miss Creole says we need Kaz's personality among the sisters. Yes, but I do feel that Afia came in with a little bit of like energy.
She did.
So hopefully, I wish that maybe she was one of the OG girls, and
Hmm.
then maybe Amber came in as a bombshell because
Hmm.
I feel like she is a little bit more kind of standoffish and a little bit more
Reserved.
like so like
Hmm.
it's a little bit more of a bombshell energy, I would
Yeah.
say, and not to say that Afia's not, but I think that Afia's personality would have been better in
Hmm.
the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. She's a good bombshell, but I think if she was an OG, she might have been stronger. But then again, they did that stupid public vote. So
Yep. Netha says someone on Twitter said it was like Segregation Island. Yes, I saw that when I was watching the episode. I talked about it a couple days ago. And that's the
mhm.
way it felt, especially episode 3, where it wasn't until 23 minutes, I think, before we saw either any of the black people that are on the show. It was all just about Gemma talking to people. I feel like the dynamic has changed since Akinsu and Afia came in. The public should not be allowed to pair the couples again. No,
No,
not
never,
at all.
never again, never again.
The casting producers in England should all be sacked. I could do a better job, and I'm not even qualified to. I could do a better job, and I am qualified to. You
I mean, I've watched enough reality dag on a TV show to think that I am qualified to stage a production of a reality TV show.
Well, and even for me, like I work as an actress. I am a reader in the room a lot of the time, and so like I see what people usually cast to put on TV, and you could usually tell. Like
Right.
you could see like there's something that happens in the room that you
Right.
could tell that they're the person that they should be cast. And so
Right.
I think that I can also see it factor.
Right.
So
Right.
I think we're both highly qualified.
Yeah,
Highly.
I agree.
Highly. So we see Gemma and Davide have a chat, and one thing I noticed is her body language, and she has her legs crossed away from him. And even if
Mm,
that's more comfortable for her, if you are into a guy and you're sitting beside him on like a little couch, you would lean towards them and cross your legs the other way. You just would. And she has her back straight, legs this way, like completely away from him. She just likes having the attention. She's not into him at all.
I mean, and I don't feel like he was actually helping the situation when she
Sure.
asked him, what do you think about me or like about me, or what if you had to describe me?"
Well,
Like,
it's because they don't have any chemistry and they have nothing to talk about.
yeah, so it was just like so I think producers came in there to break them up because they realized it wasn't playing out. Personally, I
Well, and
think they
also he's almost a decade older than him. What? He's
right,
28, right?
right.
27, 28?
27, 28. Yeah. And I think they realized it wasn't playing well into the public. And it's apparent that they've decided this is Gemma Island. This is Love Island season 8, Gemma Island. I'm
Okay,
like,
what would be season 7's island? What would it be?
uh, they were, so this is the
Oh,
thing.
Liam doesn't deserve to win island.
Yeah. This is the thing. Like, people are like, "Oh, I feel like Kaz was the star." I was like, I don't even feel like Kaz was the star of last season. There were multiple stars. Like, I think
Faye was a big star.
yeah, Faye was a big star. Even Chloe,
Chloe
Toby.
was a big star.
You know what I mean? Like, I think Liberty. You cannot tell me Liberty was not one of the
Agreed.
stars. So I think they spread the wealth in a way that made sense last season. You could say a lot about it being boring, but I feel like there's a few people that came out of that season that you're like, okay, they upheld the cast.
Sure.
In this season, I see people that could uphold the cast, but
they're
not
focusing on Gemma.
No, they're focusing on Gemma.
Oh, these casting people don't know what's going on. But I like the fact that Davide was saying to the camera that, like, she better step it up because there's going to be 2 new bombshells coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And if they have a better personality, like, my head could be turned. And so I like the fact that he's not so like is wrapped around Gemma's finger,
Yes, I did appreciate that. That being said, I didn't like how the other guys was like, like, to me, I kind of felt like I wish it was guys that got dropped instead of girls, because I didn't feel like any guy was really putting in effort with these women. And
do you know what though? What if it's because there's no chemistry with these forced couples?
Right.
Yeah. Because we saw that Liam can have a bit of a personality with these 2 new people. Like, maybe if he wasn't stuck with boring Gemma in the beginning, he might have had a bit of a personality. Like, if things were shaking up a little bit differently, maybe Luca would have been with Tasha right from the beginning, or like, you know what I mean? They would have stepped forward for each other and they would have been like, oh, like, I'm feeling like, I think that the audience vote neutered any sort of organic chemistry.
Yeah.
And then everybody's just like forcing conversations, but none of it's ever is completely natural, and they're not good at dating.
True.
Like, none of them are good at dating
because they're all pretty people who are used to people just
coming after them and like just like chasing them and chasing them and chasing them. Both the men and the women, right? Like, you're saying that none of them.
They're all saying the same thing. I'm not used to grafting. I'm not used to going after. People come to me and I'm like, this is Love Island. Like, you knew that coming. Like, it's a bunch of pretty people on an island. What did you think was going to happen? You're definitely, I mean, and to me, like, I keep saying this, Dammy, I feel like, is the most handsome guy there. India and Amber, I think, are probably the most gorgeous women, and Paige, like, there. And so it's kind of like, you're all pretty. I don't know what part of you thought that there was not going to be any other pretty people.
I mean, maybe they just didn't know what it was going to be like, and they just assumed that everybody was just going to be flocking towards them.
Yeah, it's weird.
So we see Luca and Paige having a bit of a conversation. He still wants to get to know Paige, but he also kind of wants to get to know other people. So
Okay.
Paige is feeling a little bit like let on, which when he talks to Paige, he doesn't show any interest in her. To me, he has more chemistry when he talks to Gemma later, or he's at least trying harder when he talks to Gemma. And also when he used to talk to Tasha, he used to
Right.
seem to have a little bit more of a spark or something was happening. But with Paige, it's a little bit flat.
I never understood because I was like, Paige and Luca aren't it. Like I thought she liked Andrew, and then all of a sudden it's like back to Paige and Luca, and I just don't understand what happened because they had nothing. Like to me, I saw more chemistry with him with Tasha,
Yes, agreed.
the entire time.
100% agree. We see the girls giggle with Amber because they talk about the fact that she had a little kiss with Dami. That kiss, though, was still bad. And I don't know. We'll see it again, I think, next episode. But like, she does, like, when she kisses, it's like she does a kiss and then she, like, pretends like it didn't happen. And it's just like a weird, like, I don't know what it's like. It's weird. And I'm like, if you're gonna kiss a guy, like, can you just make it a little bit lasting? Like, yes, it could be a peck, but like you could be in the moment of the peck, not like kiss and then be like, oh my god, I kissed him, like and run away. It's very young.
I am going to say I'm going to read you Amber Gill's tweet from
Okay.
season 5, the winner, what she said about Amber and Dami, and I agree. I'm so sorry. I am not into Amber and Dami. I don't know why. Hashtag Love Island. And then she
Exactly.
put a disclaimer, subject to change, because I am not seeing it. And I know I'm not the only one. A few people have said it, but then I see people like, oh look at, but I think which season was it where you just like two individual people so much that just because they're together you want it to just last so that at least they get farther,
Hmm.
or something does eventually spark. I think that's where we're at with them because I am not seeing chemistry.
No, not at all. No chemistry at all. And their kisses are like kind of embarrassingly juvenile.
Right. But I do think the way he kind of is on her is cute. I don't
Yeah.
think he's
He's
acting.
grafting in a way that,
Yeah.
like, she's not picking up what he's putting down. Sometimes when he's, like, saying things to her, she's, like, just shuts it down. I'm like, "He's being kinda cute, like,
Yeah.
give him a little bit," you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And I don't think he's faking it. I really do think that because I don't think he's acting. Like I don't think he's that good of an actor. Hey, Presh.
"Hi, little fresh." I agree, Dabby and Amber are definitely awkward together. So awkward. So when these bombshells come in, Luca, wow, Davide's, wow, 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 everybody's wow. And so they all kind of gather around. I don't know if it was at the fireplace, but on one of the couches, and they're just asking questions like, "Who are you liking?" And like everything's really super high energy, like everybody's speaking a mile a minute. But we see a Kinsu like beelines for Davide, and it's just like talks about how she works in soap operas in Turkey, but she also kind of speaks with a little bit of an accent to Davide, and like you could see they had a bit more of a vibe than I've seen him have with Gemma.
Oh, absolutely. She absolutely opened him up. She did, and that's saying a lot because the man was giving nothing.
Nothing. Zilch. Zilch, zilch. So we learn about Kinsu. She's 27. I forget what her occupation was. Did you write it down? I did not.
Actress.
Oh, right, actress. Duh.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Afia is 24. She lives in London, and she's, I guess, a waitress at a private members club.
Right.
So, I mean, they're both gorgeous. They both have a personality. And I feel like, why weren't there more of them as the OGs? You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't find
Yeah.
3 other women that were bubbly and equally as gorgeous to come in first instead of having these, I feel, comparatively a little bit flat.
I just feel I can't. I'm trying to give the other girls a little bit of leeway, and the only reason why I am is because I feel like that public vote deflated them.
Hmm. They have to like, oh, we got to like pretend like we like this, okay,
Right, right,
and we
right.
don't want to hurt anybody's feelings in this way. Yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like if they had more of a take the reins of it, like they could have the, I step forward, even if the person doesn't choose me, I step forward for who I like. I think they would have felt more empowered. Their personality would have stayed. Same thing with Liam. I feel like it just deflated them, that they took all their power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it has to be the reason why it hasn't been working for these
Hmm.
people. It has to be. So we see Gemma getting annoyed with Akinsu because she's with Davide, and Akinsu is making it very clear that she's interested in Davide. And I'm just like, you don't care about Davide. You just want him to be into you. But you know this is going to be a storyline. And she feels that Ikinsu is patronizing because she's like, oh, you could be like my younger sister. She could. She's 8 years older than you, babe. 9 years older than you. It's a long years. A lot. That's a lot.
And so I did feel kind of bad. Like I said earlier, I did feel kind of bad for Gemma because she really was felt played. And I was like, yeah, she is kind of playing you a little bit. But that being said, like she needed it. Like she needed to have that competition.
Yes.
And now we see what happens when she does have competition. She
She,
basically takes herself out the game.
yeah. Yeah, she didn't want to compete with someone that was older for somebody that she doesn't really care about anyways.
Exactly.
She went and go and take somebody else's man that she knows that she could win against, I'd say. So we get the nighttime portion. Akinsu, a troublemaker, is blowing kisses to all the men. She's trouble. I like her. I know you don't particularly enjoy her, but I
I
like her.
didn't like some of the like I feel like she looked down on some of the girls and it was unnecessary. Personally. Personally. I felt like she was looking down on some of the girls and don't I don't feel like that was right. Like I'm fine with it's not Friend Island. I'm fine with coming in and going after who you want. I'm fine with all of that. It was just some of the comments that she made about the girls, and I know she was trying to be like ha 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 sarcasm, but I think she really feels that way and I don't appreciate it because I actually like those girls.
Um, yeah, I guess I didn't pick that up, but I was watching it on 1.5, so I might not have noticed it. So we do see in bed Gemma telling Davide that Tasha might be regretting slowing things down with Andrew for the fact that these new bombshells are coming in, and Akinsu does find Andrew attractive. She did mention that when they were all chatting,
Yeah.
um,
I
which is
was so confused because I remember a few episodes ago, I was so confused because there seemed to be so much back and forth. And I was like, but you said you liked Luca. So, but you're in bed kissing up and cuddling up with Andrew. So to me, is it that he was just there or do you have like actual organic chemistry with the person that the audience picked for you? And you're just not sure because you didn't pick him.
I think it's the latter. I think that she would have probably stepped forward for Luca, and they
Hmm.
probably would have paired up in the beginning, maybe,
Mhm.
or she know at least the interest was there. Whoever she ends up with wouldn't matter, but like they wouldn't have to be pretending like, oh, I'm in a couple with Andrew, so I have to be nice to Andrew because I don't know how Luca feels about his coupling, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes. But it was never who you guys originally wanted for sure. And
Right.
I think that that's what the problem was with her, anyways, with that situation. So in the morning, the OG girls are kind of gossiping about the new girls, and the new girls walk through and they're going to go out and like chat with the boys. So I thought it was cute when the OG girls go and like, let's go to the terrace. And like they go up to look out and kind of spy on what the two new girls are doing. I thought it was cute. So Akinsu, though, is going to make her move today, you know, because she's talking to Afia and is like Davide, like, where's, he's Italian. He should be like, where amore, love, my baby, cutie. And this is really true. Like, I've been to Italy and I wasn't even dating some of these people, and they're so nice to you. They're so like, baby, mama, come and sit down. And what would you like? And they're very hospitable, and they offer you a lot of things. So the fact that Gemma wasn't bringing out any of Davide's natural isms, it says something about their chemistry. And Akinsu noticed this.
Right. Yeah. I mean, as I said, I do feel like Akinsu was a breath of fresh air. It was definitely the energy change that was needed.
And when Davide and Akinsu do have a conversation, I was like, wow, he has a personality. They're kind of flirting. They're talking about Jim. I kind of like how she's using Jim stuff as a metaphor for like
Yeah.
sexualness.
Yeah.
I think is
The metaphor is fine. I wish it had stayed there.
Oh, come on.
Watching them work out
Come
was
on.
real cringy.
It's cringy, but like, let them work out. I would never, like, whenever I've gone to the gym and you're doing like those like inner and outer thigh machines, the abductor adductor stuff, and then like some guy will like come up and like talk to you, like, I'm definitely not somebody that wants people to be turned on by me working out. I think it's gross.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's probably maybe why I don't gravitate towards like, hey, let's work out together. But that's their thing. They probably
Right.
meet people at the gym, and that wouldn't be where I'd meet somebody, because I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm sweaty and this is awkward. Please don't
Yeah.
ask me
Even
out now.
Mike Johnson and Brian Avasolo on their podcast said, like, don't hit on people on the gym at the gym. It's not kosher. And I was like, I know, I agree so much.
So then we see Akia and Ikenna talking, and she likes Ikenna, and they seem to, well, she has better person or a more outgoing personality than India has shown. India keeps on seemingly trying to convince herself that she's into Ikenna, and I feel bad because I feel as though she's only really latching onto him because she doesn't think that anybody else is going to come for her, and that she might end up being alone and dumped. And not like, and it's fair for her to want to do that. She wants to stay on the show, but it's so unfair that now there's 3 black women in the show, and now they're fighting over like the only 2 black guys in the show. Whether or not,
but this is the thing. Don't you feel like Afia might have been kind of doing the same thing? Because when
maybe.
they asked her who she was attracted to or who was in her top 3, she didn't name him, and she could have. Like, she only named Dammy and what's his name, Liam. Did she say Liam or somebody else? Luca.
She said maybe Andrew.
She said,
and then she said, oh, and of course Liam, because like, we have
yeah, that's what she did. So my whole thing is, if Ikenna is in your top, just say he's in your top. Like,
you're right.
When she approached him later, she's like, oh, well, of course no. Like, it was like an afterthought. And I was just like, okay, so you're just there to stay. Like, which is fine, but that's why I can't also then hate on India's game if that's how she's feeling as well. Because I feel like they were both doing the same thing.
Yeah, no, you have a really good point. That maybe she saw that there was no real connection with India and Ikenna. And so maybe she was like, that's going to be the route that I'm going to try to take to stay, because she doesn't necessarily want to interfere with Dammy and Amber, for the fact that it seems like they're at least making an effort to date each other.
Right, because I think one of them had mentioned, that they kissed today. So then she's like, damn, can't go that route.
Yeah.
Which to me, Dammy being your top, I agree with, because I think so that, to me, I think that was true. But she realized that she would have to absolutely warm her way, and she's not akin to. I don't think she's as cutthroat or aggressive to try to go over Amber.
So Jessica is agreeing with us. Glad that Afia stayed. I think that she lied to Ikenna when she said that he was her type. She didn't even name him the night before in her top 3. I think Afia saw Ikenna as the easiest target. Yes, yeah. I agree with you both. And yeah, it was Andrew.
Yeah.
So Gemma and Davide have a conversation, and they just talk about like, how do you feel about me being older? And she's like, I date older guys. Like, I date older guys all the time. And I'm like, do you though? because like 28-year-old, 27, 28-year-old guys, some of them might start actually be thinking about settling down, sort of. Some, not all, but some. And you're not even in your 20s yet.
I feel like the producers, because maybe what that was probably shot maybe Monday, Tuesday, and by then they were getting like real hate for her being with this older guy, and I feel like the producers were like, "Oh, discuss your age difference so people understand."
Agreed. Agreed. They definitely probably urge that conversation to be had.
Hmm.
100%. So we do see your unfavorable workout between Davide and Ikinsu. You didn't enjoy the first one. Okay, no, they're doing legs. I think they were. Were they? No, they're doing bicep curls. um, India is still trying to make us believe that there's an attraction between her and Ikenna, but I don't see it yet.
See, this is the thing about the. I think they're cute, but he's giving her nothing, so I'm not sure what the attraction is based off of. Is it because he is giving her nothing? Do you know, like some women like that the guy feigns like they're not really into them, and that's what attracts them. But someone did point out, and so I kind of agree with it. She mostly spends all her time with Ikenna.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. She will spend most of her time with Ikenna. And
she doesn't have to. She could spend it with other people, but
she knows that there's no way that any of those other guys are going to leave any of those white women for her.
Like I'm not saying in a guy, like specific guys. I'm saying in a general way. It seems like whenever we see them, they're together. I very rarely see her, like when the girls are together, they're all together. But when they're not all together, India's with Ikenna. She could be by herself. She could be with one of the other girls. But I mostly always see her with him in the background when they show us.
Maybe it's the only time that she's with them, and every time she's with everybody else, they don't want to show that to us. Maybe. So Ikinsu and Andrew have a little bit of conversation. And it was kind of flirty. She was just kind of asking if you're willing to get to know me, or you open to get to know me, and he's kind of like keeping the door open a little bit. He definitely did not shut her down, but she threw in. She definitely is good at getting people to be interested in her, because she threw in like, "Oh, you look like one of my exes," right? And so that would allow him to believe that, oh, I'm her type a little bit. Like it
really
would.
I thought it kind of turned him off.
You think?
Yeah, because it like the way she stated it kind of sounded stalker. So like, do you just like me because I look like one of your exes?
Oh, I didn't take it that way at all. I see what you're saying, but I would take it as like, I find you attractive, and you look like one of my exes.
I didn't see that.
We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
So Gemma now wants to get to know Luca, and so what I wrote down here is, I'm like, with India and Amber there as her sidekicks. They're her sidekicks. It is the Gemma show, and they're the black best friends giving advice to the white lead.
Right. I don't understand it.
So they get ready for the nighttime activities. They're playing beer pong with some dares on it. So I didn't write them all down, but Ikinsu had to give a sexy dance to somebody of her choosing. She does that for Davide. Who do they think is boyfriend material? Give them a kiss. So Paige kisses Andrew, which I was like, interesting.
Weird. So weird. I don't know what's going on.
Biggest competition in the villa. India chooses Afia.
Which made sense.
It makes total sense. Afia has to snog too. Is that what it was? So she snogs Andrew and Ikenna. Was it really her? Afia snogged Andrew? I mean, I guess she did if I wrote it down.
Probably. Yeah.
Who's wifey material? Andrew chooses Paige. Then threesome that Luca wants to have is with Paige and Gemma. Interesting. So after the game, I think there was a couple more that I missed, but those are the ones that I ended up writing down. Luca and Gemma have a little bit of a chance, and they talk about how, like, I fancy you a little bit. Oh, I fancy you a little bit. And like, whenever like we're hanging out in a big group, like you're laughing, and like I find like I'm always laughing at like what you're laughing about. And I'm like, Man, like, I mean, it's true. Like, laugh if somebody makes you laugh, that's great. It is
Yeah.
great, and it definitely is a sign that like you have some chemistry and you enjoy their company.
Yeah.
But
Usually that's one of my biggest things. I've learned to knock that down a notch.
laughter.
Because I go for a funny guy, and then it's like when it's time to be serious, and when you need them there as an actual partner, they make a joke out of everything, and I can't really like get serious. So I learned to just like, I can't go for the class clown and the comedian no more.
Oh, okay. Well, at 18, you would still be going for the class clown. So we'll let her be. Let her learn her lesson for 20 years and realize
That's
that
true.
the funny guy might not be the best one. But I'll
That's
always go for funny. So if you're
Yeah.
funny and I find you attractive, that's a pretty good duo. Because I,
But remember, I said that. I said, Dammy, I cannot, and then it would be Luca because he's funny.
yeah,
Like that's my type of personality.
yeah, I agree.
Hmm.
Totally agree. Jessica says, I'm confused about Tasha Luca connection. After the beer pong, I was confused. Is Luca not like Tasha at all? And Tasha being a hypocrite, being mad at Andrew for kissing Paige. I think that, again, we're going to blame everything on the pre matchups
Yeah.
because I think things would have organically happened with Tasha and Luca if they weren't already kind of cock blocked by these initial couplings.
Right.
They felt that they couldn't go outside of their couplings because they didn't want to make anybody mad, but
Right.
that's maybe who they would have gravitated towards first. Like Luca may like Paige, but he may have stepped forward or been in a couple with Tasha, and they would have been able to explore that. And he wouldn't be going on Andrew's toes, and Tasha wouldn't be having to like be worried about Andrew's feelings. And then Paige could have gone for Andrew. Like she kind of was already interested in Andrew beforehand. So I
Right.
feel like they are all settled for their second best and they
Right.
don't want to upset the apple cart by doing any more investigation in something that their friends now in the villa are also investigating. So
Hmm.
I'm blaming the producers again. Blame them. So yeah, they talk about Gemma talks about her dad gonna be like he's gonna like Luca because like he talks about sports and stuff like that. So yeah, my dad's gonna like you. See, this is why. Then people are like, who's her dad? Who's her dad? Then they'll look it up. They're like, oh, he's the famous footy.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like Davide seems to be ready to move on from Gemma.
Hmm.
And so he goes and asks to talk to Gemma. He wants to talk to Gemma, and then he's going to talk to Luca about what's going on between them because he feels a little bit disrespected. So next episode, we see Andrew telling Tasha about talking to Tasha about her liking Luca, and they kind of a heart to heart. And I think it's because Tasha realized that she didn't go fully and invest in Luca. So now Luca's kind of with Paige, but now Luca's also kind of with Gemma. And now Tasha has nobody, and there's two new bombshells coming in. So I think that she felt a little bit insecure. And they
Yeah.
do have a nice moment in the sense where it's just kind of like she kind of apologizes. She gets a little bit emotional.
Right.
He comforts her, and their kiss wasn't cringe.
No, no. I mean, they definitely had chemistry, but that's why I said what, like the fact that it's kind of like what we've seen in prior seasons. Like if you're already like kissing, and because in that situation you're not gonna just start cuddling up and kissing with anybody, right? In bed.
No, 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 not at all.
And they started from like day one.
Yes.
And
So
then the only reason why they stepped back is because
she
they
was interested
they
in Luca, kind of.
right, right. She was interested in Luca, and then Paige was like, "Okay, well, if you're interested in Luca, I am interested in Andrew, so that's fine. We'll just swap." But then it didn't make sense to anybody because her and Andrew were still kind of having those intimate moments.
So now Luca, maybe this is what happened too, that we might not have seen all the footage, but
Right,
maybe Tasha realized that Luca might have a bit of a wandering eye
right,
because he now is pretty much all in on Gemma. He's
right,
telling Dami and Akenna that he really likes Jenna and he doesn't care about treading on Davide's toes.
right.
And so maybe he likes the shiny, playful thing or the person playing hard to get. And
Hmm.
maybe he stopped giving the attention that Tasha was receiving from him. And so maybe that's why Tasha went back to Andrew.
Now I'm wondering, and kind of this is like, because good on them if this is what they figured out. Have they figured out it's Gemma Island? And is that why, like, you see India and Amber revolving around her, and now all of a sudden Luca's like, no, she's the one I would have stepped forward for if I got a choice. Like, do they realize, maybe because her father's famous, or maybe because they see the camera around her all the time, that it's Gemma Island?
That's a very big possibility, and being in a partnership, if they're on the show to get brand deals and clout, she would be the person to be in a couple with if you want the most exposure. So you're could be on something here as well. So Gemma is talking to Amber because, like, Gemma was only telling her two sidekicks what's going on in her relationship and life. She doesn't ask. I haven't seen her ask anybody else what's happening with them. It's always like her dilemma.
Yeah.
And so then Davide comes over and is a little bit rude, I would say, when he's like, "Oh, you have something to tell me," and like, he's probably trying to make a storyline for himself, because I didn't really think that what they did was that bad. Like, they kind of talked a couple times and they realized that they might be interested in each other, and they haven't told you that yet. But like,
Yeah.
it's been a day, maybe.
No, it's not even that. Gemma said they never had any conversation prior to that conversation. So it's like, you're jumping the gun here. They basically had the conversation to see if they could even have a conversation. Like, and
Yeah.
then they had a conversation and realized, hey, like, there could be something potentially, maybe let's maybe, see what happens. It wasn't. Now, if they had started kissing, I would have agreed with him that that would have been unfair.
So Netha says, I don't get how Luca could get mad at Andrew and then hype Liam up with Gemma only to turn his attention to her. He definitely knows who her father is. Yeah.
Hmm.
You're right. Yeah, he definitely, and then even so, you know, Davide is talking to Luca, and Luca is basically like, doesn't even care the fact that he's doing this. He's like, "Oh, he's like my Italian bromance, but like, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna go for what I want. I don't care about stepping on his toes." And it's
Yeah.
like, you're right. You guys are right. He knows who her father is and wants the clout.
Yep.
Wants the clout. So all I wrote down was India and McKenna are awkward. Come on, guys. Dammy. Yes, okay. So Dammy was going to kiss Amber, right? They're standing and he goes to kiss her on the lips, it seems to me. And she turns her cheek. So he kisses her on her cheek. And then he changes it to kiss her on her head and then on her cheeks again. And then everybody was kind of looking at them doing that, like, oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. And like, the producers must have told them to do that because they're not cute. And then, like, like, you see another like wide shot of them, like that weird kiss thing that, and you're like, it's like, why are you guys so awkward? If you're gonna kiss somebody, like, can't you put your arms around his neck for a second and just like a nice little kiss? Like, I doesn't have to be like it's so weird.
I just don't know what's going on there. Like, I'm just like, just just hold hands and stop pretending to kiss each other. Like, you don't need to be kissing right now. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. But they're trying to make it look like they're like actually dating, but
Yeah.
really it's all an act.
No.
So we see Gemma and Luca talk again. And like, I think it's just the chase and the fact that he knows who her father is at this point. But like, they're just like having it's a very typical first date flirty conversation where it's like, so what do you want me to cook you for breakfast? I don't want anything from you for breakfast. It's like, oh, like, what? How about another glass of orange juice? It's like, I don't know. I don't think so. I'm like, would you really want to work this hard, Luca?
So somebody was like, "Run, you don't want this," and I'm just like,
Not
I
right
don't
now.
know, no, no.
Not right now. So in the nighttime, we see some cuddling. Morning, people cuddling as well. Um, so Gemma is asking. So obviously it's Gemma Island. I'm always like, what's Gemma asking right now? So Gemma's asking Amber if she should choose Davide or Luca, and it's just like,
It's not your choice.
That's true. Very true. So in Kinsu though wants to get to know Davide, and I'm like, I'm happy that Davide is not going to get burnt by Gemma, um, because she just easily will jump ship to whoever's giving her the most attention, and I wouldn't want him to go out just because the fact that she's like very young. The show's about her. She's
Right.
not. I don't think she's there for love, or couldn't care really less.
No.
Um, yeah, I don't. I wouldn't want him to get part of in the crosswires of that
Yeah, no.
when he could actually have a relationship with Akinsu. I could see something
No,
happening
I
there.
mean he did say. I mean to be fair, because some people are like, "Oh, I think he's a player," but he did say that no, like I can't. The only reason why I came on the show is because I'm actually looking for somebody. Like I feel like and I can believe it because, like again, his age, and I feel like European men around that age, that is what they are looking for. They're looking to like find somebody to stay with, and
Hmm.
so I could definitely. I just feel like picking her was a bad idea, but I don't think he had anybody else he was interested in, obviously, to pick other than Gemma.
Yeah, or the producers might have been like, "Pick Gemma, pick Gemma, pick Gemma,
Yeah,
pick
yeah, yeah,
Gemma,
yeah, yeah.
pick Gemma, pick
Yeah.
Gemma,
True,
pick
true,
Gemma.
true.
You want to sit in the
Absolutely true.
show? Pick her."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, this is true.
so Paige gets a text. There's going to be a recoupling this evening. Netha says, "I'm up and down with Gemma every time she opens her mouth. Tired of the show being focused around her. Like it is going to be on her this whole season. She's not going anywhere. She's never going to be at risk of going home. It's going to be like what was that? Jeremy all over again. Jeremy
Oh
2.0.
Lord Jesus.
At
True,
least no, I don't.
true.
I don't know who's better, Jeremy or Gemma.
Oh, Jeremy's definitely better. I love Jeremy now. Yeah, no, no, no. Like
Why?
after
Because he
the
dances
show,
a little bit.
yeah, yeah. After, and I've met him.
Oh, is he
Yeah,
cute in real life?
he's a sweetheart. He's a sweetheart.
I'd
Yeah.
flirt with him hard.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a sweetheart. So I've met him. I've taken pictures with him. He's a sweetheart. So I
oh,
definitely I get it now. I get the Jeremy thing now. So I
oh,
understand why they kept him on the show. They just should not have kept him on the show.
oh. Is he in New York? Should we like try to find him?
He's in
Does he
New
like
York.
older women?
I don't know if he likes older women, but I
He
just
was kind of boring though. Still, I mean, I
oh
do.
yeah, no, no, no. He's very laid back. He's very, he's very New Yorker. Do you understand? I mean, like go with the flow. You know what I mean? And but personally, I also think that he probably, I think Florida is more of his type. Like, but he's a New Yorker. Like that makes sense.
I
Like
like New Yorkers.
yeah,
They have a
yeah, yeah.
good.
Like
They have some drive.
a lot of those Upper East Side men, they like their little Spanish women. So yeah,
Luna J says Moira or
yeah.
Gemma. I think I like Moira better.
I like Mora better, and I don't really care for her.
Uh, sorry, babe. So Liam talks to everyone gathered on the couch, and I was like, "Is he going home?" And he's going home. He's like, "I thought about it. I'm decided I'm going to leave the villa." Why?
None of it made sense to me. I was just like, did the producers be like, "Hey, boo, you want to go home?" And he's like,
Yeah, maybe they're like, I kind of want all the people to all the women to stay this episode. I don't want to boot anybody this tonight. So, Liam, you're never gonna find anybody here. Want to go?
and he'd be like, "Oh, can I?" And they're like, "We'll give you a bonus if you just go ahead and head on home."
So awkward. Everybody's really upset. Then Gemma pulls him for a chat because obviously Gemma has to have her some closure with Liam and talk about like, I really liked you and I really like wanted to like get to know you and I'm so happy that we met and just like Gemma, it's not that serious. Like
Made no sense to me. Made no
your
sense to me.
impact not that serious. No, yes, it does not make sense.
Like y'all haven't been a couple for at least 2 days now.
2 days. It's funny. So yeah, Liam's out of there. So apparently Afia only likes Ikenna, but we already kind of talked about the fact that maybe it is the easiest person potentially to be able to get to choose them.
Right, because he's
Um,
not giving her anything. Like he even like when she approached him, it was kind of just like, yeah, I mean, you're attractive. Like I could understand if he was like, again, it kind of feels like he's spending all his time with India, because even they said on the show that he spends all his time with India. And so, like when she approached him, it's kind of he's like, "Well, you're attractive." Well, yeah. So I'm just like, okay, so he's not giving you anything. So what is it that you're
Do you think
what is the pull?
that Ikenna and India may have had a little secret, let's stay coupled up so we stay in the villa for longer?
I hope they did. And I
Mm.
hope they take it to Casa Amor, where hopefully their people are. I'm fine with that, because my whole thing is they've been done dirty.
Dirty.
and
We
and maybe that's what Amber and Dammy have, because I'm not seeing the chemistry. But
mm-mm.
that's why I say y'all don't have to kiss. Don't kiss.
So Kinsu and Afia have a little bit of a talk, and she kind of amps her up and is like, "You got to go and talk to Ken. If you're interested in him, you have to make your move. Like, you have to let him know that you're interested." So she does go. They both all go over there. Ikinsu pulls India for a chat while Afia talks to Ikenna. And I do like the fact that Ikinsu is a good wing woman. They both
Mhm.
came in as bombshells. They are supporting each other, and obviously we think that the black people have been done dirty,
Yeah,
so it's unfortunate that they have to kind of go against each other in order just to maybe stay in the villa for longer. Like,
sure.
it shouldn't really be musical chairs for the black person. Like, it's
No,
just kind of annoying. um yeah, this segregation island thing is not
no.
cool.
And the fact that the next guy that's coming in, if he's not attracted to like an Effia or Amber,
He is Gemma's
I'm
ex-boyfriend.
going to be pissed off.
You
He
saw what he
better,
looks
he
like when he
better,
walked in. He
he
walked in
better
looking
like
like he does not
multicultural
date
people.
black women.
Lord Jesus.
Sorry, what?
I said, you better like multicultural people.
No, he walked in like he only dates white women.
Lord Jesus.
That's the walk that he has.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Like, out of everybody that's in the villa right now, the only person that I could see maybe swirling, I guess people call it, is Davide, and he's not.
and
But
he's
everybody,
not.
all the other guys,
Yeah,
I do not see them being open to other backgrounds.
yeah.
I think
Oh,
even
but
Kinstu is kind of too ethnic for some of them.
did you even hear the comment? Who was it, Andrew or Luca? Like when Tasha kissed or Paige kissed I cannot. Who kissed I cannot? Somebody kissed I cannot.
It was Afia, I think.
No, it was one of the it was either Tasha or
Oh,
Paige.
I didn't write it down. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay, so one of the girls kissed him, and whoever it was, Andrew. Okay, so Andrew got pissed off because Tasha kissed. I can Tasha kissed Luca. That's it. And he said, well, I could understand if you had kissed like Ikenna or Dami, because one of them, because you don't like you we know you don't like them.
I didn't hear that. That would piss me off.
And it was like, so y'all are all just straight that y'all don't like black people.
Yeah, but basically, Jessica agrees with us from before. If Ikenna and India had that talk, I'm all here for it, and they both can bring back somebody from Casa Amor. Exactly. They better do that. Andrew said to Tasha, if she crawled to Ikenna or Dami, he would be okay with it because she knows that he won't be interested in them. Yeah, to Tasha.
Yeah. Wow. It just
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Where am I? Hold on. So we did that already. We did that already. Are we
After we
done?
were talking to Ikenna, I think that's where you are.
Oh yeah. So I didn't even remember what the conversation was about. Like, it seemed as though he was surprised by the interest and he wasn't really giving her that much. And she's just kind of like, so like, is there some interest? Like, do you think I'm pretty? And yeah, like, yeah, sure, yeah, you're yeah. Kind of like what you're saying. But it wasn't enough for me to be convinced, and probably her not either, that he was going to choose her at this recoupling.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
and even when Akinsu was asking India, so how confident are you that he's gonna choose you at the next recoupling?
She's
She's like,
like,
I'm about a 7 or 8. And in my head, I'm thinking, no, you're about an 8 or 9. Because I know you know that he's gonna choose you. Because based on that conversation he just had with Effia, he ain't choosing her.
oh, I thought you were talking about Afia, but
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, she thinks that he's gonna pick her?
Yeah, no,
No.
no, no, yeah. So I just, which I can again, I can appreciate it if that's what they decided. That I will listen. I will let them live on Fire Island. If I can vote for them, I would vote for them. But yeah, no, absolutely,
Selena
absolutely not.
says he didn't consider the black guys a threat. It's absolutely,
Which disgusts me.
absolutely. It's really not cool. Not cool at all. So Davide and Akinsu do have another little conversation. They talk about working out a little bit again, and so they do actually work out, and they're doing legs, and he decides to do some squats with her around his shoulders. So were you cringing?
Yes, I was, and then the noises they were making, and all right, now, got it, got it. Oh God, no.
Oh, so they do agree though that they both want to get to know each other better, and I'm like, they're gonna pick each other, and I want to see if they can develop something because
Yeah, me too. Me too.
they're at the right
They
age for each
actually
other.
have chemistry. I'm gonna be fair to them. They actually have chemistry. I can I mean I wouldn't pick either one of them, but together I think they have chemistry. But I that part for me, the whole gym thing, I hope they kill that after this. I
That's
don't
their
want to
thing
see
now.
it.
This is their inside like foreplay.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
Sorry,
I
it's
wonder
here for
what they're
another
gonna
six
be
weeks.
in the hideaway. They're gonna be loud.
They're not getting the hideaway. That hideaway is reserved for Gemma. Reserved for whoever
She's
she
gonna be
decides
in
to
the
go with.
hideaway like multiple times this year.
Probably. When did he fall off his chair? Are you just
When did he
being?
fall off his
Are
chair?
you
I must
being?
have missed that part.
I don't know the word,
Oh,
facetious, or I can't remember the word is. All right, so India gets a text. I got a text. Meet at the fireplace, and it's gonna be really. It didn't really go any differently than we thought. So Dammy picks Amber, Andrew picks Tasha, Ikenna picks India, Luca picks Gemma. We knew that was happening. Davide picks Akinsu. That's what's happening. So Paige and Afia are going to be single. We knew that was coming. Not surprised.
yeah,
But we do learn that because Liam did leave the island, that nobody was going to be dumped today. So I'm happy that they both got to stay because Liam wasn't bringing anything. It didn't look like he was going to find a match on the island. And so I'm fine with both of them getting an opportunity to maybe meet somebody else.
yeah,
But like, it's not going to be Gemma's ex-boyfriend. Like, they're not going to be interested in him, or she's going to be like, you can't talk to him, and like, so she could just have like control of like all the guys, you know?
yeah. I will say, Dammy's speech was hilarious and cute as. I'm like, did somebody write this, or he's just screwing it up, or he's really trying to come off the dome and can't do it? It was so funny and cute. I really do like him, even though I want to not, because I still skeptical about him. But again, I hope this is a friend island situation and they're just staying together for the thing. I felt so bad for Paige, and it's only because I think she has one of the best personalities in the villa. She's beautiful. I kind of do hope that Gemma's person comes in and it's like, hey, you might be like, even if it's to make Gemma jealous, if Paige could hopefully stay on the island, I might be happy for now. But yeah, I felt so bad for her. Afia, like I said, once that conversation she had with Ikenna, I would have been more worried if he was like really like giving her something, but he was giving her less than he was giving India, and he gives India barely. I want to treat her like one of my bros. What?
Yeah, like treat her like a bro first, and then like we'll be in a relationship. It's like, are you in a relationship with any of your bros? It's like you gotta have like, I understand wanting to have like the friendship part of it,
Yes,
but
treating her like a bro.
it's not gonna work.
Oh.
Jessica says that they wanted to bring Gemma's ex. It would have been better for him to be in Casa More. That would have been a bigger payoff, I think. Maybe they have somebody else for her Casa More. Like maybe they're just gonna bring in all of her exes. Maybe her dad's gonna be in Casa More. Like
I wonder if this is the ex that her dad loved. Didn't she say that there was an ex
probably,
that had, oh my God. I
probably.
can't. I
Or the
can't.
one that she was just with like most recently before she moved into the villa, and she's still probably dating him on the side. Dami Arquette may move to Paige. She's in their top 3.
Okay, I
Mm.
could see that, but I don't think
Is
they'll
Paige
do
into
it if,
her, them?
huh?
Is Paige into them?
Right, unless she expressed some interest, which she has never expressed any interest in either one of them. In fact, I think she kissed one of them and was like, eh. Um, I don't see that happening, which is also the reason why I think this is just an alliance between the four couples to the four individuals to just stay on there till their people come.
Yeah, I do think that's going to happen. So we're right now we're going to be on Page Watch. Is every episode going to be Page Island? That's what I would love for you guys to comment
You mean
on.
Gemma Island or Page
So,
Island?
sorry, Emma, Gemma Island, Gemma Island. I'm thinking Gemma. You're like, what? What are you talking about? So that's pretty much it for the episode. Do you have anything that we didn't talk about today that you wanted to bring up for these last 2 episodes?
No, I need them to either kick Gemma off the island or move off Gemma Island. They got to do one or the other. Like I can't do this like for an entire season. Like she's no Amber. She's no like she's not like all the characters that I've watched since not she can't go toe to toe with any of those people. So
No.
it should not be Gemma Island.
No, I totally agree. Totally agree. Well, thank you everybody for joining us here in the chat. We will be back, I believe, on Sunday. We'll be back maybe in the evening, if that works out for everybody, 6 p.m. Eastern, to talk about episode 6 and a little bit of what happens on
The unseen bit.
Unseen Bits. I'm like, bit on the side. No, that's Big Brother. It's
Yeah.
Unseen Bits.
Yeah.
Yes, Tamika, where can people find you?
So as always, follow me Entertainment in Color on all social media platforms and YouTube. And I'm also on Twitch too, but mostly I just stream other shows that I talk about. I haven't decided what scripted show I'll be discussing. Right now, it seems the summer of reality and the summer of love. So
Yes. It's a big big summer of reality love. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about a lot of love this season for sure. I don't know Tamika, if you're gonna plan on covering Bachelorettes. But that's also going to be coming up very, very soon. We're going to figure out how that's going to go down. And then Bachelor in Paradise is going to happen at some point as well. So definitely the summer of love. We will be back on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Like I said, please like this video, leave a comment. Make sure you follow both of us. So myself at Realness with 3 S's and Tamika at Entertainment in Color. And leave a comment as to whether or not you think that it's going to be Gemma Island all season long. All right, guys. Hope not. I know, but you think we're onto something? Bye, guys.